Hello YouTube. This is the follow-up video to my last video, which I believe would have been the About To slash strategy Sui plus a little bit of Dahyun, like POB lucky draw extra card storing video. This is the proper storing video for all my strategy photo cards. And for strategy, anyone who watched, I believe the only full era storing video I've done was for With Youth so far. But anyone who's seen that video, still the same case that I actually collect OT9. Full, complete, all 9 members for group album inclusions, including photo cards, but also including all the extra inclusions. I'm not going to show me storing any of the strategy extra inclusions. I actually don't remember if I showed myself storing the With Youth non-photo card, like larger inclusions. Either way, I'm not going to show it for strategy, mostly because I'm still missing like 2 circle stickers for the digipacks and like 1 of the wall hangers from the normal photo book versions. Aside from that, I have everything else. But I wanted to store specifically the photo cards as soon as I had all my photo cards complete. And this time, unlike the With Youth storing video where I was missing 2 of the Nemo photo cards from having a complete collection at the time I filmed that storing, I actually went ahead and waited what has been a pretty long time at this point, relatively, to make sure I had every single... Why is it going out of focus? Why is the camera... Okay, whatever. I waited, till I had every single photo card for all the OT9 album card sets before I went ahead and started filming this. So there will be no empty slots this time around. And we'll get right into it. I reorganized my binders a little bit since the With You storing video. I no longer use a big single, like 3-inch thickness binder for the eras from More and More through current, which at the time of the With Youth filming was obviously With Youth. I now have separated into smaller 2-inch binders. This one will be I think it was between 1 and 2 at the beginning, and this will be the binder I add current eras to until it's kind of close-ish to full. We'll see after strategy. I think this binder will be able to handle 1 more era after strategy. But regardless, I'm just grabbing a chunk of pages. Let's see. I have the pages here on the side. I haven't counted them out, and I don't feel like doing so right this second, so I'm just going to put them in, and I'll add more as needed. This is definitely not enough for the entire of strategy, but I'm just trying to get through a few sets at a time. Here are the cards, for anyone curious. I have them separated out into pretty much halves. These are on the left here, this is the album card, like the photo book normal version album sets, and then I believe also the Nemo. Maybe just the Nemo normal cards, not the special cards. And I believe in here are the Nemo special sets, and then the Digipack and highlight sets. So those will be last. We're going to store the album sets first. And as is normal, I usually try to stay fairly unspoiled. Within reason, I don't go out of my way to just never look at, I don't have a violent reaction if I happen to see some of the photo cards early. But I just try not to intentionally go out of my way to see the sets before they're actually in hand. And this time around, I kind of had seen at a glance a good amount of the photo cards, especially as I was getting some of the sets in and having to trade. This applies more to the digipack and the highlight cards, but I was definitely well aware of what all those cards look like before I had all of them because I needed to make trade posts for them. But for the normal album cards and even the Nemo cards, both the normal and special cards, I didn't actually spoil myself much at all. And so I was pleasantly surprised when it came to the normal album cards here. This is the first set, by the way. The way I store my sets is since I believe it's Taste of Love where we started getting we went from Eyes Wide Open all the way back to What Is Love, where we started having the huge, like, 90 to 100 album photo card size, like, full sets. And then Taste of Love, we took it down to, I believe that was the first era since What Is Love, where they had, like, 45-ish cards in that for that album set. And that was also the era where we started, like, to this day, which is the same thing, like, it's something that is still the case today, which is all the album photo card sets are purely in the concepts of the album version covers. So, for example, there are 45 cards in the normal album card set for strategy, and all 5 of the sets are in one of the 3 main styling concepts for the 3 different versions, the step 1, step 2, and step 3. And so I kind of just store them in, like, the correct order based on the album preview like teasers that Twice drop a few weeks before the albums actually are available, like during the pre-order period. And so, I mean, with strategy, it's actually like even easier than normal, because like with youth, for example, the correct order, I don't know why I'm putting quotations, it just is correct. The correct order of the albums, technically, based on like the release teasers, is Forever, Glowing, and Blast. So that's the order I have the concepts in when I'm storing the album photo cards for that era. With strategy, it's even easier because the versions are literally named step 1, step 2, and step 3. So that's the order I'm storing them in. But going back to what I was pleasantly surprised about is this is the first era in a pretty long time where every single card for every single member's photo for every single set is like matching within like a set theme of some kind. So for example, Dahyun has a little bit of shine on her. For example, this step 1 set, all 9 members are poking their cheek with their index finger. That's like the theme of this set. So it was very easy to know, okay, all these cards go together. And then for this next set, which is also step 1 has 2 sets in its styling for the normal album photo cards. You'll see for this one, the like kind of uniting theme is that all the members are making hearts with their hand, like half hearts on their cheeks with their hands. So 2 very cute, like cheek related sort of photo concepts. And it's not like they usually do have within the album photo card sets, they usually do try to do like these kind of like themed either poses or like holding different things that are kind of related. Like they usually do have these kind of themes within the actual photos, like what the members are doing in the photos. But this is the first era that I can remember where they've done something like that for like pretty much every set, and every single member got the memo. Because almost always there is at least one member who just did not, like, no one told her what the rest of the members were trying to do for that set. But I'm happy to report, for example, here, this is the next version concept, the step 2 concept. And step 2 only has 1 set, because I mentioned there's 45 cards in the full album set. Divided by 5, or divided by 9, that's 5. So there's only 5 sets that are taking from 3 concepts for for like what the members are styled in for the photos. And so one of them, the obvious split there is that there are two concepts that get 2 sets each, and then one concept just gets 1. And then the one that gets 1 concept is here, the step 2 sets, or concept rather. But you can see all the members here are actually doing like a what is it, like a hand claw pose. And yep, it's all 9 members. No one got left out or missed the update in the group chat. Everyone got the memo. That's actually like, I can't express how like rare that is. Which is it's endearing. It's endearing both ways. I think it's endearing that sometimes that's almost always one or two of them will miss the memo. But it also makes that is the case, makes it nice, like a pleasant surprise when everyone does manage to be on the same page for the photo card photos. Chang. And then Sui. Yeah, for this one you can see this is the first step 3 concept set, and everyone's peace signing somewhere near their face. Okay, let's see. Sorry, hold on. Need more pages. I'm gonna see if I can put all the pages I have here. That I think actually will be close to the correct amounts, if not a little over. I'll take out anything extra. And then for this set, oh wait, I think I put these in upside down, hold on. Oh, I did put these in upside down, hold on. Wait, but somehow not all of them are upside down? Okay, give me a second, I'm in a bit of a mess here. How did my pages get like this? Okay, that should be good. Okay, I think that's good. Okay. And then in this set here, everyone is actually holding some objects, which is a pretty common, for twice at least, which is a pretty common thing that they'll do in at least one set for albums. Famously, one of the more popular recent era sets where they were holding stuff was what was it? It was Between 1 and 2, where they were holding stuffed animals. Mostly stuffed animals. I think 1 or 2 of the members were holding something that made a little more sense for them. But yeah, for the most part, everyone's holding something, and there we go. All 9 members across all 5 sets doing the thing that most of the other members are doing for the photo theme. We love to see it. I love to see it, at least. Next up, I think I have the Nemo normal cards. And these are pretty often concept cards, meaning they're not like They're not selfies or photos that are taken on like by the members or like more close up, like using, I think phone cameras are, I think they use like nice, like the nicest phone camera they can find on the day of to take the photo card selfies. Not that those photos are really like any noticeably worse quality than anything else, but these concept cards are more often taken by like the same cameras they use to take the photo book shot photos, which are, definitely more professional level stuff. Oh god, okay. Momo. I think for the, oh god, why am I struggling so hard? Okay. I think for the Nemo sets here. Oh, another thing about the well, actually this isn't, I was about to say uniquely to like the Nemo sets, like the concept card sets. Uh Sometimes the members, like a member or two, will have a horizontally, like a landscape oriented card. But that's also not untrue, completely untrue for the album cards, like the selfie cards from the actual album sets. It's happened a couple times. It's very rare though for the actual proper selfie cards. And then I kind of like the step 3 Nemo set, like the normal Nemo cards, the concept cards here. I kind of like the step 3 ones, like as a whole set, a little more than the first two we just saw, because you'll see they were very coherent with like the framing, the distance back that the camera is, and also this cool little unifying element of the I don't know what it's called, like the posts, like the barricades behind the members, like starting here with Nayeon and then going all the way through. Like if you line the cards up all 9 horizontally, like you would see the oh wait, no, it actually doesn't go unbroken to Tsui. Jungyeon's the end. Actually, I didn't notice that. Okay, never mind. Never mind. They messed that up. That's very cute though. I was gonna say it's cool that like it starts with Nayeon and it goes through, and it doesn't end with Tsui, but it like goes all the way through to Tsui. But no, it starts and ends at Jungyeon, and then just continues from nothingness all the way through Tsui. That's very funny. Let's see. Okay, so that's this little box empty. And then we have here the, by a large margin, some of the hardest cards to collect ever, I think, for Twice's normal album cards. Not the Nemo cards, though I will say with Youth and even more so Strategy, I didn't experience this with Strategy because I very luckily, well, a mixture of luck and like kind of like vibes, like I kind of got the deal with Youth, but the Nemo cards are becoming like they're really, my understanding is that they are really, really hard to trade for. And I saw this a little bit with Youth when I was trying to trade for the Sana and Mina cards I needed, but luckily I got those quick enough that people were still like, it was still hard. It was still much harder than most album cards to get trades for those, but it was like at least possible because I got them fairly quickly after the album dropped. The Nemo cards, even pretty close after the album dropped, like I got the impression that these cards are insanely hard to come by. People want them, like they're in high demand because people like just like their album cards, and they're like there's a little bit of prestige around how rare they are among the collecting community to like have the Nemo cards you're collecting for whoever you're collecting. I'm collecting all my members, so I needed all 27 Nemo cards, Nemo special cards specifically. But like, they are hard to come by because I get the impression that people don't really want to be the ones to actually open the Nemo albums for the cards that kind of have to be opened for there to be cards on the market. So, sort of the same thing with the highlight version. Actually, the highlight version is the highlight version selfie cards, and I guess sort of also the Polaroid cards are the single hardest album. Even more, like everything I just said about the Nemo albums applies like almost double to the highlight version cards. Like they're that much harder to find because again, I think most people who were interested in the highlight album, like it's a lot harder to bulk buy something or to buy multiple copies of something like the highlight album versus like the digipacks, for example, or the or even the normal album sets, the normal album versions. I do have an unboxing on my channel where I did unbox 9 copies of the highlight album. So, but I got fucked up, as anyone who watched that will know, in that I got like 6 or 7 Sui cards for my highlight version pulls. So it still took me a long time. I mentioned that I waited to film this video until I had every single card I needed. The very last card I was waiting on that arrived unironically, like literally yesterday, from the date I'm filming this, which is the 2nd of May, 2025. Oh, gorgeous set, by the way, damn. Dude, Dahyun's card for this set is dope. Yeah, that final card I was waiting on one card. I've had every other card I needed since the day I got my my big group order that was the subject of my previous video. Wait, what did I say my previous video was? I think I said my previous video was a storing video, but I actually think my previous video was opening my big group order package. I think the storing video I mentioned at the beginning of this recording was actually a video I haven't put up yet and might not. We will see. But regardless, one of my most recent videos was me opening a big group order package that had the vast majority of not just my POB and lucky draws for strategy, but also my normal album card sets and like my Nemo sets and stuff. But before that, I actually have been sitting on every single digipack card and every single highlight version card that I needed, except for specifically Jungyeon's highlight version selfie card, which has literally taken me like a month of active searching to find a trade for. But I finally did it, waited for it to come, and it came yesterday. And then that was it. She was the last card I needed for the entire 135 photo cards that you're seeing me store here. Very cute set. Oh wait, actually, I didn't even notice. Okay, they actually did themes for the Nemo special cards too. Nice. They okay, they almost did a coherent theme. Most of them are doing the finger hearts. Chaeyoung. Hold on. Chaeyoung took a second heart on the cheek photo in the step 2 concepts for this set. Okay, so they're keeping the tradition alive of someone fucking up the vibe. It's endearing. I think it's funny. But they definitely tried. And then the set, the theme, like the photo pose set, like theme here for this one is obviously just mogging the camera, which, you know, I mean, goddamn, right? Let's see. Was there anything? I'm gonna keep an eye out here. I think. Let's see. Okay, I think I see the vibe of the pose that they're going for with this one. Dude, what the fuck is happening? Okay. So as you can see from these first 3, the older members, palm to face. seems to be, yeah, here we go. Yeah, there's Sana. Okay, so let's see if someone fucks it up. Because I looked at these cards, but I didn't notice that the Nemo cards also had a like a pose that they were all going for. Oh, so far, oh, I think they did it. I think they did it. Hold on. Oh shit, they did it. Okay, nice. Okay, mission accomplished on the step 3 cards. And then these final couple sets are the, first we'll do the Digipack. So the Digipack concepts and the highlight and the Digipack versions share this actually really pretty. Honestly, this might be my favorite concept of the kind of like technically 4 concepts they did across all their album versions for the album like cover concepts. It's like it's almost like a I don't even know how to describe it. It's almost pajama-like, but not really pajamas. Like they're almost like street pajamas, if that makes sense. Just very, very cozy, I would say. And something I remember seeing, I think they mentioned, and also I saw this separately, that they had like a custom doll maker or like stuffed animal designer come up with work with them to make custom stuffed animals for each member for this concept photo shoot. And I assume they also got to keep them. I would hope the members got to keep them. But yeah, so these stuffed animals are all custom made for each member, and they're in like the selfies, at least for each member, for both the Digipack and highlight version, which, as I was mentioning, share this same kind of street pajama sort of concept. And also each of the Digipack and highlight versions have 2 sets we're storing here. One selfie photo card set, and then for the Digipack, this is technically a POB, like a pre-order bonus. Not a store pre-order bonus, but just like from JYP directly. But I'm just storing them here because they're pretty much just like halfway between concept and selfie album cards. And there's also one for each member, so they go in here. And then the final selfie sets will be for the highlight version. And as I mentioned, this might be the single hardest, with the exception of maybe like the Christmas version cards. This might end up going down as one of the hardest to collect sets of normal album cards. And here she is. She arrived yesterday. And then I guess there's like less of a unifying pose or something like that, because the stuffed animals are kind of that. Wait, where's? Oh, okay. I thought I lost Sui somehow. There we go. Nice. And then the final sets are the second highlight version photo cards, which are these Polaroid cards that were not pre-order bonuses, but just like kind of special cards that came in the albums directly. And these are also pretty hard to get. These are probably, even though they're not selfie cards, these are also probably among the hardest normal photo card sets ever to collect, just by virtue of coming with the highlight albums specifically. But we managed. There we go. Damn. Okay, strategy is stored. Let's go. So hold on, let me go back to With Youth. So I will say, with the addition of the highlight version, so let me show this with Youth. With Youth, was for sure, at least for the way I store photo cards. So as you saw, I store in this binder, which I like consider like where I store my normal album photo cards. Well, not normal. That implies I'm talking only about the photo book versions. I just where I store my album photo cards. And this includes stuff like special cards. You can see here for Ready to Be, I stored the scratch cards, as well as the technically the pre-order, the Digipack pre-order cards, which were these unit cards. By the definition of what all like the types of photo cards that I store in this binder, With Youth had been the biggest era so far in terms of the raw amount of sets. So With Youth had the normal, well, what is now normal, 5 normal photo card sets, like normal version album card sets. So that's 45 cards. Then their With Youth also had what is again become a fixture, which is the Digipack sets, the Digipack like main photo card selfie set, Digipack pre-order sets. And then With Youth introduced the Nemo cards. So With Youth ended up having what I assume is going to be normal 3. Wait, I store them in a different order here, I'm realizing. I store the special cards before the normal cards for With Youth. I might change that. I'm not going to change that right now, but I might change that for strategy. But yeah, so we had 3 special card sets, 1 for each Nemo version, and then each Nemo version also had its own normal like concept card sets. And then that's it. That was it for With Youth, and that was 13 pages of 9 card sets. Strategy is the same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 normal like photo book version sets. Also the same total of between the special and normal sets, the same 6 pages for the Nemo albums. And then just like With Youth, I also stored the Digipacks, and I just stored strategy in a completely different order from With Youth, I'm realizing. Okay, that's fine, whatever. So that's 11 pages of 9 card sets so far. Digipack makes it 2 from Digipack, so 13. That all is the same as With Youth, not in the same order as I just learned, but the same amount of cards. But now we also just have the raw edition of the highlight sets. So that makes strategy by a full 2 9-card sets the largest amount of album photo cards to date. But again, by my own definition of what an album card is. So that's pretty cool. We're kind of moving up. We're moving up. But that's it. That's my story for strategy. This video is like half as long as the video for storing the extra cards, even though there was... actually, no, that was more cards by a little bit. Regardless, thanks for watching. I mentioned you might see that I will have uploaded 2 separate videos for storing strategy stuff. One is the one I kind of leaked at the beginning of this recording, which is storing POBs and lucky draws. But it actually probably won't end up being a leak because I think I'm going to upload this video second after that one. So it's a leak from when I'm talking right now, but not when you're seeing this potentially. Let's hold on. Let's check how much wiggle room we have. I'm actually not trying to hold up this binder upside down like that. That's like 2/3 maybe. This binder could probably hold 2 more eras. Maybe 1 more if it's as... How much of this is strategy, I wonder? I think strategy is like... Yeah, strategy literally starts right here. So actually, I think it can hold 1 more era. But it can definitely hold 1 more era. That's not a question. I just don't think it will hold. The question is if it can hold 2 more, but I doubt it. Regardless, thanks so much for watching. This kind of concludes strategy in general, as far as like stuff that I'll be recording, like me storing stuff for. Um, I do need some of the extra cards, which I believe I mentioned at the end of the other storing video, the POB storing video. But I'm not gonna turn on my camera and upload me storing like single or like 10 cards, for example, like the 10 cards I need for like about to and strategy. So that kind of concludes everything up through strategy, finally. And here's to the next era. See ya.